Yeah, it's Orb. Hey, man. I live in a place where there's not too many open atheists.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Team the Vicious Rips, and of course I am your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Viciousson. Well, yes, it is still that time of year where I'm the only motherfucker out there that can make a leopard printed Santa hat look sexy as fuck. But we are also going to go over Raw this week. It was in Albany, New York. Now, before we do, much like always, we're going to switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. SmackDown started out with the Brawling Brutes, Jimmy, Ridge, and Butch, coming out with Drew, and Drew basically explaining why he chose to join the Brutes for War Games, saying that, I went to war with this man, referring to Sheamus. Time and time again, we tore the house down. We took each other to the limits. And I have fought this man. I have bled with this man. I've stood by this man. We've earned each other's respect. I call him my brother. In fact, I am so connected to this man. I am such his brother. He asked me to stand by him and be his best man for his wedding. And when he asked me if I'd be willing to step up and join him in War Games, well, if that wasn't enough of an incentive, the fact that I get to go and kick Roman's ass, and keep in mind I'm all paraphrasing this, will sign me up. And then Sami Zayn came out. My dogs! My dogs! I just need to go and say, this is not very oozy right now. And folks, look back on some of the other episodes real quick, because a couple weeks ago, about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, I said I guaranteed we were going to get an oozy shirt. They were going to make an oozy shirt. And lo and behold, they made a shirt saying feeling oozy. Did I or did I not fucking call that? That is a fucking monetized... That is a fucking tagline that they can monetize on. I fucking called it. But either way, Sammy came out saying that, I feel I speak on behalf of the entire bloodline, saying that, well, I can guarantee we are going to win War Games, much like I can guarantee that I am going to win my match against you tonight, Butch. And, well, I feel sorry for whoever you have decided to be your fifth man. And then Sheamus, it was either Sheamus or Drew, one of them. Sammy, once you see who the fifth man is, you're going to crap your pants. So yeah. So then they, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, easy for me to say. Fuck! Then we get to the first match of the night on SmackDown. It was Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali, and Mustafa, he came out, bandages all taped up, given from the Lashley beatings, and it was very much so Ricochet in a uphill fight for Ali, in that sense of Ricochet constantly doing, come on, dude, just stand down, looking at him like, stand down. If I wanted it, you'd be dead already. Just basically kind of like that. And Ali fought with every last breath in him, but to no avail. Ricochet got the win. Next up, there was Karrion Kross going against Madcap Moss. The interesting part in this, and this is where the story took place, was Emma wound up talking to Kross before the match, and afterwards came to his rescue when Kross got the win. He kept the Kross jacket locked in to where refs were coming out, and then Emma came down, and then just when she came down, he was like, alright, and then she was there consoling Moss. So, yeah. Now, it's no big secret, real life, them two are a thing, so, alright, yeah, cool, whatever. You want to mix a little reality into the stories, I'm cool with that, just nothing too screwy. That's all I hope for. because, you know, sometimes shit like that can happen with couples. When couples get involved with stories. Bray Wyatt was out. He was about to go do his bit, and then, yeah, dummy. Yeah, dummy. LA Knight came out, and let me talk to you. He came down, ran his mouth on Bray Wyatt, and then slapped Bray Wyatt. Not once, but twice. And then Bray just had this look on his face of, you did not just do that. Like, he was fighting the urge to go full-blown psycho crazy on him. Next thing you know, later on in the show, you see LA Knight leaving. And then, a little bit after that, you see him down on the floor looking like he just got put on the ass end of an ass beating. A lot of people out there on the Twitter speculating that he is, that it was Uncle Howdy that did it, but either way. Shayna Baszler had a match against Shotzi. Shotzi got the win via a fucking roll-up. A fucking roll-up. Yeah. Just fuck. Death to roll-ups. Then we come to Sami Zayn going against Butch, which, holy fuck, this was a damn good match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That was the match of the night on... Oh, no. Before we get to Sami and Butch, I forgot. There was a trios match, New Day. It was Imperium going against New Day and Braun Strowman. Braun was the mystery partner for New Day. And this was very much so what you would expect, and my big interest was the fact of, okay, I want to see, now I kind of want to see Gunther against Strowman, just because that's too, again, Big E coined this phrase and it will never die. Two big meaty men having meat slapping meat action. That's, yeah. Then we got Sami Zayn versus Butch, which that was definitely the highlight of SmackDown. Definitely want to watch that match if you can. Should be out there on Peacock. If not, probably Fox app, maybe YouTube, somewhere out there. Either way, Butch wound up getting the win afterwards. Big schmaz, brouhaha brawl. Roman came down to grace us with his presence and then dominated and destroyed everyone. And just as he was about to hit the death blow and close out the show, to close all of it out, music hits and out comes Kevin Owens, who then clears everyone, clears the ring, takes out everyone, pops a couple stunners, and then it's revealed Kevin Owens is the fifth man for Team Brawling Brutes. And then SmackDown ends. And now we get into this week's show. It starts out with KO coming out and saying point blank why he joined them, saying, now listen, I know a lot of people would think right off bat, the reason I joined is because of Sammy. I'll tell you right now, Sammy is my brother. I love him. He is not the reason why. The reason I decided to join Drew McIntyre and the Brawling Brutes is because, well, I have an issue still with Roman Reigns. Roman, it's been 2 long years since you and I went at it, and if not for your bloodline, I would be champion right now. And I will go through all of your bloodline to get what is rightfully mine. So then out come the Brawling Brutes, and now come Drew, and brouhaha, hype up for War Games. And then out comes Judgment Day, ? Why? Because they're saying to the Brutes, you don't belong here, you should stay on SmackDown, this is our turf, blah, 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 blah. And then Dominic, and when you see my deadbeat dad, Rey Mysterio, tell him I said hi. Like, dude, really? We don't know who your deadbeat dad is? That's on another show. You have to name drop him? Like, okay, maybe cut bit rookie mistake. You know, I try and give Dom as much credit. I try and give Dom a little bit of benefit of the doubt because he's still green, relatively green. But either way, then Finn cuts a promo saying he came out because he just wanted to go and remind everyone that this Saturday, since this is the go home show, that he's going to go and kick AJ Styles' ass. And then Sheamus gets on the mic. Finn, you're nothing but a bloody plastic patty. Which, if you're Irish, you definitely get the patty. You get that reference. Whew. Okay. Then them two went back and forth for a minute, and then Sheamus said, "You know what, boys? We said we're here. It's fight night. I don't know about you guys, but we're ready for a fight. So why don't you come on down and we can go and get a scrap in." So we got the Brawling Brutes going against Judgment Day. Drew McIntyre standing in the corner for the Brutes. Rhea Ripley standing in the corner for Judgment Day with Kevin Owens on commentary. Oh lordy, lordy, that's on how we start this week's show. And yeah, good solid action. Judgment Day, they were leading into the break. Post-break, Butch, he was the punching bag. And into the break, he was in the punching bag post-break. And then Ridge Holland was for a bit. One thing I gotta say I kind of liked was on how, well, I can't even say I kind of liked, but I did really like was how Dominic was very much so, he's kind of getting into his own in that being the annoying little brother, like, yeah, that's right. Whoa, you can't touch me. Look who's in front. You got to go through them if you want to get to me. Kind of doing that kind of shit. I fucking like that, you know, until he can get into that. Trying to think the right way to say this. Trying to get into his own, if that makes sense. Really digging that. And the whole time he was picking on Jimmy, picking on Sheamus, like, yeah. And then Dominic gets tagged in. He comes in, and then Ridge hot tags Sheamus, and then Dominic just looks like he shit his pants like, oh fuck. And then he goes, tries to beat feet and get the hell out of Dodge. And just as he's going up the ramp, next thing you know, music hits. Out comes Gallows, Anderson, Styles, and Mia Yim, who's now going by a new name. Michi, I believe it is. I'm not going to argue about the name change. I've made my arguments about doing character name changes constantly. But either way. Then they just like, you gotta go and face this ass whooping, boy. And then Sheamus goes, gets him, beats the crap out of him, gives him 20 beats of the Balor on the apron eventually. And it was just massive. It was like seeing that kid, like I said, him being that annoying little brother, and then finally having to go and get his comeuppance. Match came to an end when Sheamus wound up doing a bro kick to Dominic. 1, 2, 3. That was it. So, yeah. Next up, we got Johnny Gargano versus The Miz. And first things first, they changed Johnny Gargano's music. My reaction to it was, what the hell? Why'd they change it? Some of the people were, oh my god, I can't believe it. Triple L, how could you do this? Blah, blah, blah. Dude. Seriously, fuck that shit, you fucking crybaby. Grow a set of balls and complain like anyone else. Like, dude, what the fuck? Why? Ain't got time for that going and name calling and doing and crying like a bitch kind of shit. Just, ugh. Either way, Johnny Gargano versus Miz. Miz comes out, says he can't compete because he injured his hand. And no, not in the kind of injury like you would probably expect me with signing up for Pornhub Premium. No. Well, definitely can't expect Miz to have that kind of injury given that, given who he's married to. But, no, he said he injured his hand doing a TikTok video attacking a cactus. Can't make this shit up, folks. So instead, he wound up enlisting somebody else, and Johnny went against Omos, which, whoo boy, this was very much so one-sided. Omos just pretty much floors Johnny throughout the entire match. He just pretty much had him kissing dirt the entire time. I mean, Johnny got a couple good shots in, but it was all to no avail. It was a literal David versus Goliath, with Goliath winning this kind of a match. Omos got the win doing a regular good old-fashioned choke slam. 1, 2, 3. That was it. Next up, we got Mustafa Ali going against Austin Theory. And before the match, Theory wound up having a little promo talking about on how, you know, he's no longer the youngest this or the youngest that. He's not Mr. Selfie. He's not this. Hitting rock bottom was the best thing to ever happen to him, because now he's got nowhere else to go but up, and all that rah-rah, sis, boom, bah kind of stuff. So, yeah. And this was very much so what you would expect. Theory leading and showing a really good, aggressive kind of a personality. I thought it was nice. I thought it was like it's a good, fresh coat of paint for Theory. Nice to see on him. Hoping that this sheds some new light on him, and I'm not saying I'm not saying the Mr. McMahon's protege bit was bad on him, because when it was good, because when he first started it with Vince, yeah, it was pretty damn good. It was, don't want to say it was in comparison to saying Drew was the chosen one, but it was very much so in a sense of, well, I see potential in this kid. I want to make him. So, that kind of way. And next thing you know, Theory gets the win. He hits the A-Town out on Ali, 1, 2, 3. Afterwards, then Bobby Lashley gets on the Tron. Theory, hey kid, how you doing? And then talks about on how, you know, you talk this talk, but here's the thing, I don't think you're really ready for this kind of a beating. So, how about this? I'ma just go, come on down, and show you what you're walking into, because it was also officially announced at Survivor Series, Seth Elizabeth Rollins is going to be defending his coveted United States Championship against Theory and Bobby Lashley in a triple threat match. And Bobby came down, then saying, listen, Theory, kid, you had your shot, and you blew it. You had a chance to cash in on Roman. Twice. You got stopped by Brock, and then you got stopped by Tyson Fury. It didn't work. And then when you tried to cash in on Seth, after I got done dismantling him, you still couldn't get the job done. And then Theory's saying, whoa, I would be champ right now if it wasn't for you interfering. And since you want to bring up Brock Lesnar, how about we talk about on how you lost to Brock? You had your shot against him, and you dropped that ball. And then they started having a brawl, and then Theory got a chair, cracked it across Lashley, like, boy, you did not just try and use a chair on me. And then Theory just, again, it was very much so for heels tonight. It was the theme of the night for the heels was shit your pants look. Because Theory just had that look like, oh fuck, I signed up for way more than I bargained for doing that. And then ran and beat feet. He ran circles around Lashley, got to the back, and then threw Mustafa Ali in front of Lashley to stop him. It's like, whoa, what the hell, Bobby? And then Bobby just grabbing Ali, throws him out, and then just goes and beats the hell out of him because, well, he got thrown in his way. And that was the end of that. Next up, Alpha Academy versus Elias and Riddle, which, well, you want to talk about odd couples. Yeah, that right there. So, yeah. Awesome. So, excuse me. Elias and Riddle, they were leading into the break. Riddle was the punching bag post-break. And, yeah. Elias Elias got the hot tag in. Not much of a ooh-ah kind of match. Just more so, just kind of felt like it was there. But, well, yeah, easy for me to say. Riddle wound up getting a win, doing a floating bro on the Gable, and then 1, 2, 3, that was it, so yeah. Next up, we got Baron Corbin going against Drew McIntyre, and this came to be because they showed Corbin and JBL sitting in the back talking about on how they don't like Albany. The driver wanted to show him around, and he said, no, I wouldn't even want to die here, blah, 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 blah. Classic heel, shitting on the town kind of stuff. And then McIntyre comes in. JBL running his mouth saying on how he's gonna lose to the Bloodline this Saturday, this, that, and the other. And then, you know, much like you lost to my guy right here. And then, well, how about you put your money where your mouth is, son? Oh, we could do it right here. And then Drew looking over at JBL. No. See, I respect my elders. You, on the other hand, wham, decked them. So that's on how we get to this. Drew, he was leading at the start. A lot of nice back and forth. This was very much so a nice big man fight. Not in a sense of a clack, 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 kind of smashing together kind, but this is the kind of fight, this is the kind of big man fighting I like to see, where it's two guys that are actually athletic can work, go at it. Not just two guys, two big clunky guys that can't really do much kind of moving, you know. But it was decent, it was a good match. Came to an end when, just as Drew was doing the countdown, 3, 2, and then you see JBL climbing up on the steps. Turns around. Oh, okay. What? JBL distracts him for a second. Gets down, and then you see Akira Tozawa on the announcer table. No longer in his ninja garb. Back in his shorts, wrists taped up. Super bleached blonde hair. And then looks at, distracts JBL. I like your hat. Hey, wait, what's that over there? Huh? What? And then he takes JBL's hat, puts it on, distracts, and then next thing you know, boom, McIntyre hits a Claymore onto Corbin, 1, 2, 3. First official loss Corbin has since paired with JBL, as the announcer so covetedly announced. So now we come to main event of the night. Asuka going against Rhea Ripley. Yeah. Okay, heart's working again. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got to say on that. Okay. Okay. So, before the match, Asuka came down with Bianca and Alexa, Little Miss Bliss. Wow. Hyping up the War Games, talking about on how Mia Yim's on the team also. She got caught up in a backstage brawl earlier, that's why she's not there. And then Rhea comes down with Damage Control. They go and hype up their team, saying they're going to win this match. Also, forgot to mention, this match is for who has War Games advantage. And this match was very much so one-sided. It was Rhea powering over Asuka the entire time. And not gonna lie, I kind of got mixed feelings on this. Like, kind of scared, but also kind of had like a scare-rousal kind of feeling watching this, because seeing Rhea just dominating like that, like, not quite, is this normal? Is this normal? Okay, now that I'm done doing the nasty perverted jokes, and I know I'm gonna get brain dusted for, yeah, Rhea was powering over Asuka very much so for a good majority of this match. It was very much so, very much so in that sense. I'm like I'm having a hard time trying to put it into words in a lot of ways. And Asuka, she put up a good fight, man. I give you that. It wasn't like an uphill kind of fight for her, but it was very much so. No, she threw her shots in when she saw an opening. It's just, it was not enough. Match came to an end when Rhea finally had a riptide onto Asuka, got the 1-2-3, so Damage Control officially has the War Games advantage. And then there was a big post-match brouhaha brawl, which ended with Mia Yim finally coming out, beating up Rhea through the crowd, and then Asuka doing a giant crossbody onto everyone, and then the show ending just then and there. So, yeah. So that is it. And with that said, folks, that is also it for this week's show. So please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back watch some of the episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at TimVicious. Also, do not forget. Also, folks, thank you to my executive. See, easy for me to say. My head's all sorts of fucked up right now. Thank you to my executive producer for this week's show, Ali Redband, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. Details are down below. Also, thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They're a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women with a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, make sure y'all check out these cool ass casts right on Twitter. Kenny Killer, DSB_IV, Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry Pants, and Dubs in your face. And folks, make sure you check out WhatAmaneuver.net for some vicious rants apparel. Make sure you check it out. Help support the show, and it's the perfect gift to give to somebody you love or somebody you don't like during the holiday seasons. It's also a good idea to get a gift to go and put in a goodwill pile as well. And with that said, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.